Interest rates are high, inflation is high, land is high, homes are high. Hey guys, Kapper here. I guarantee you're not going to see this kind of real life, behind the scenes, in-depth video anywhere on any other channels. Today we're going to go in-depth, real-time, real life on selling land, selling real estate, buying real estate. But in our particular case, we're going to bring you behind the scenes and we're going to show you up to the minute updates on all the things we're going through when it comes to selling our Illinois property. We've got a beautiful, was supposed to be our forever farm. Basically, that's a whole nother story, but today we'll bring you behind the scenes with us and show you everything that goes into selling a beautiful piece of land. We have not only our main home that we're looking at selling, we've got the 150 acres that encompasses it, and we also have our VRBO cabin that we had planned on renting, but we decided to sell. So join us for the whole epic episode, if you will, to see all the things that go into marketing and selling your property in today's market, because it's a very unique market today. Interest rates are high, inflation is high, land is high, homes are high, everything is selling for probably more than what it normally would. So join us for the adventure. You'll get to see the inside scoop. So join us. If you enjoy it, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate that. Wish us luck, because this stuff isn't easy. This is a huge life undertaking, especially when you're our age and you're talking about uprooting and moving your entire homestead to a whole nother state. So we're going to walk through how we listed the property, the decisions we make on parceling it, and kind of a surprise that happened today. We had a showing and somebody might have upended our plans, and we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Let's get into the episode today, and we hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned to see what happens, because we've got a lot of adventures coming. Some are going to be easy, but many are not going to be so easy when it comes to moving and spending a lot of money and borrowing a lot of money. So anyways, let's get into it. We hope you enjoy joining us. Thank you very much. All right, so we made a decision. We've been looking in other states for a new farm to move to. So before we listed this property, we went ahead and put a few ads up on Facebook Marketplace and a couple other ones in our geographical area. And we did generate one showing on the cabin. We listed the cabin with, any combination of acres. Could have been 3 acres, 5 acres, or 10 acres or more. The showing, they were interested, but they basically couldn't afford it, in a nutshell. So after a few months, we decided, all right, let's pull the trigger, go ahead and get this thing listed, and that's where we're going to take off from now. Also, prior to listing, I put it out to 4 different real estate agents from 4 different companies, and I said, look, we're selling our cabin and possibly a chunk of land. If you have any active clients, it's what's called a pocket listing in the industry. Basically, if one of those agents had an active client that was looking for something similar to ours, they could do what's called a one-party listing, where they basically list it for one showing, and they don't have to advertise it and that, but they still can get a commission. Typically a little bit of a reduced commission, because they save a lot of work. So anyways, I offered it to 4 different agents, and that did not result in any showings. So we decided we wanted a national exposure, and we went with Whitetail Properties. So Justin and Chad came over, and we had to figure out, okay, how are we going to market this? Because if it was just all about money, we've got some valuable road frontage on a dead-end road with city water, power, and internet. We could have just cut it up into smaller lots and made a lot more money. But that's not our principal goal here. We don't want to wreck the neighborhood, if you will. So after going back and forth and trying out different size parcels with the cabin and next to the cabin, and how much is going to stay with our main house once we do sell that, we came up with a listing of the cabin with 20 acres and then a separate 41 acre piece that lays out really, really nicely next to the cabin. So those are the 2 pieces we decided to go ahead and market. And a real quick side note as far as buying a new farm, we're documenting all of our farm searches over on Kapper Outdoors 2.0. We've already looked at, I think, 6 different farms in Missouri and Arkansas. And we've got some more on the radar for next week. So if you're interested to see all what goes into when you're searching out a chunk of land and a home, we don't know if it's going to be a nicer, newer home or a rehab home yet. We have to stay within our budget. But I'll put some links in the description for our road trips, and each of these farms that we're looking at is going to be a separate episode that are pretty interesting. So I invite you to join us over there. We'd love to have you.
That's what you guys were talking about on the lost acre.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were on the north side.
That would give you 3. That's probably about as small as we could actually go without, because that's going to put, that might change this acreage. Hold on.
What program do you use?
This is MapRight.
Oh, okay.
Land ID now.
Oh, they've sold out.
So that, because that's 20.
Frigid. Single digits, 15 below wind chill. Now we're getting some snow. All right, since we've listed the 2 properties, it's only been maybe a week or something like that. We had one scheduled showing for the cabin, and they canceled due to weather. We had really bad. We've had just back-to-back storms, frigid cold, and some snow and ice. And we've had 2 showings on the 41 acres, and then we had a 3rd showing that also canceled due to the weather. And the showings all have gone well so far. Matter of fact, one of the showings on the 41 acre piece said he was interested in buying all the land and neither of the buildings. So we're kind of throwing out ideas on, okay, if this person is serious, if we could get the right price range, would it be better to sell our main house in the back with a smaller acreage? Because let's face it, we've got a really nice home, and we're out in an area that's a little bit depressed after coal mines closed down here, many years ago. So how should we market the acreage with our new home, if you will? It's 5 or 6 years old now. And so we're kind of exploring if somebody bought like 125 acres and left the home and the cabin we'd leave with 3 acres, and the home we'd probably leave with 20 acres. So that's kind of what we're in the midst of right now. Of course, it could fall apart. We don't have a contract or anything, but this could kind of upend our initial plans. So we're going to sit tight for a few days and just see what might happen with that proposal. We'll see. We have a very unique property. It's in a very good location, so it is kind of a unicorn, one-of-a-kind property overall. So that's the up-to-the-minute update. Oh, yes, before I forget, I can report that Pro Staffer Phil, they have one leg over the boundary line already into another state. They have a contract signed on a new place over in Missouri, and they have their home and 2 parcels sold under contract. One's already sold, the 40-acre piece, and their home is under contract here to be sold. So they literally are already starting to move. If I can bring you a vlog of what's going on with them, I'm sure he might task me to help him move stuff with the trailers and that. We'll take that one day at a time, and then next week I'm headed back over to look at a few more farms. Again, that's documented on KO 2.0. We'd love to have you over there. It's a lot of stress, a lot of money in that. But if this stuff was easy, everyone would have it. That's why it is expensive. It's very challenging owning land. But we really wouldn't have it under any other way just yet. So thanks for joining us. We hope to see you on a future episode from one of our channels. We greatly appreciate having you support us and join us for all the adventures. So hope to see you, and stay warm during all these frigid storms. Thanks a lot.